of high drama. Dan Reeves, offspring of the winning tradition in Dallas, where he played and coached, and now the stern taskmaster in Denver. In their 9 years together, Reeves and Elway have authored 3 AFC championships, and they've commiserated in the failures of 3 Super Bowl losses. Who can imagine what passions drive these two who have savored victory and swallowed defeat? Do they fear defeat may be their legacy? After humiliating Super Bowl losses, last season's Broncos fell to last place in a near total collapse. How improbable, then, is their rebound this season? And how impressive the courage and resolve they showed last week in Denver when Elway rallied the Broncos to a last-second win. What nightmares visit Buffalo Scott Norwood, whose one missed kick is the lingering image of Super Bowl 25. He's lived for 12 months with the pain of that memory. But with the support of his teammates, he's aiming today at another AFC championship. What disappointment haunts Thurman Thomas, who had earned the title of Super Bowl MVP, but saw that award and the championship sail wide right. Thomas has proved his all-pro worth in virtually every game since, leading the Bills to the threshold of a Super Bowl return. Elway and Reeves, Norwood and Thomas, all driven to exorcise Super Bowl demons, each yearning for the opportunity that could soothe the hurt of past disappointments. That opportunity is today. The winner plays for another chance to be Super Bowl champion.
NBC Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the AFC Championship, the Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills.
An unseasonable January day in Buffalo, sunny skies, temperature in the low 40s. Rich Stadium in Orchard Park just south of downtown Buffalo, a noisy and colorful crowd. Sell out 80,000 plus to see who will represent the American Football Conference in the Super Bowl. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rich Stadium. Will it be the Denver Broncos for the 4th time in the last 6 years going to the Super Bowl, or will Buffalo earn that immediate encore? We'll know in a moment, but first, the ceremonial coin toss as we go down to the middle of Rich Stadium, where honorary captains today for the Buffalo Bills, O.J. Simpson, the great star of the Bills in the 70s, representing Buffalo, and across the way for the Denver Broncos, one of the outstanding linebackers in the history of this game, and a great star for Denver for so many seasons, from Ohio State, Randy Gradishar. This same enactment later in Washington, D.C., where Mel Farr will represent the Lions, and Bullet Bill Dudley, who played for both the Redskins and Lions, will be the honorary captain for Washington. And now, will it be Buffalo or Denver with the ball first?
As a visiting team, you will make the call. Everyone at the camera. You're going to make the call. Please call it in the air. Tail, head, tail.
Dale Hamer, the referee.
Heads is a call. Tail. It is a tail. Buffalo, take the ball. Turn around, please.
In his 14th year in the league, Dale Hamer signals it'll be Buffalo with that no-huddle offense that will have the ball first. And we welcome a man who, in his first chance, he feels to win that elusive Super Bowl. And the home crowd will be a factor as it seems to accelerate in importance as you move through the playoff period. Only 4 teams of 20 have won on the road in the championship. Al Edwards of North Carolina State, and he's drilled at the 29-yard line by Randy Robbins of Denver. Jim, the game is to James Lofton, off his fingertips, incomplete. And Kelly hit from the blind side, is charging through with Simon Fletcher. Fletcher, who led the Broncos in sacks again this year, as he has for 4 consecutive years. He had 13 and a half.
Well, Fletcher, coming from the right side, typically he's on the left side, was totally unblocked. They did not account for him on the outside. Apparently Wilford thought he had somebody inside he had to block down on. Completely unblocked.
So 3rd and long, and a draw to Thurman Thomas, who struggles to gain his balance and falls at the 23. And the Denver Broncos, who had the top defense in the AFC this year, show it in the first series of downs.
Well, in that skirmish, it was all the Broncos. They kept the pressure on from the standpoint of coverage down the field and the sack itself. And then they took apart the draw play that typically Thomas will get 6 to 8 yards on 3rd down with. So that first skirmish has to be all Denver.
Chris Moore, who grew up in Thompson, Georgia, the hometown of Ray Guy, one of the finalists for the Hall of Fame this year. Moore to punt it, averaged 38.6 on the season. At the other end is Vance Johnson at the 32. Has an opening and returns to the 45-yard line. So John Elway and the Bronco offense take over in good field position after a 45-yard punt, 13 on the return. And here's the mastermind of last week's great comeback, and Davidson, Farrell, 2 Weidells, and Lanier will block for him. In the backfield, Steve Sewell, all-purpose. Gaston Green, a 1,000-yard rusher in his first season in Denver. Michael Young, the leading Bronco receiver. Rookie Derek Russell, tight end Clarence Kay, and Vance Johnson joins the cast when they go to 3 wideouts. And the crowd going to make it tough on Elway. Give to Green. And Green, former UCLA star, a pickup of 3. Shane Conlon made the nickel defense.
Well, Gaston Green on this surface can be devastating, and he can be a major factor. It's very fast, and he's very elusive.
Elway's first throw. Great protection, and he completes his pass to Shannon Sharp, a tight end at the 40 of Buffalo that quiets this crowd for a moment. First down, Broncos.
No pass rush whatsoever. Now, I'm sure Buffalo is looking right now for the run, but Smith is taken apart, and inside, Bennett came inside, and he was collapsed inside. So thus far, very briefly, Denver is in this ball game. It's really good to see. If they can move the ball in the first quarter, in the first half, we're going to have a great game on our hands.
Fumble as Elway falls on it, but it appeared that a bill had jumped into the offensive line. May have been drawn offside.
Now, Denver, Dick, is trying to work a snap count, a snap count without really saying much other than the word set, and then the ball being snapped. They feel that the sound factor can really disrupt a cadence, so it's a silent snap count related to timing by the offensive line.
Penalty against Denver for illegal procedure.
False start on the center, double jerk on the snap, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Dave Weidel had hoped that he could turn the ball just slightly before snapping it, and his offensive lineman would see it. Then when he'd move the ball into position to snap it, they know the snap count would be silent, but coming very quickly. So that has, in a sense, stopped an effect that Denver needed to try to keep continuity in their offense.
On 1st and 15, Elway eludes the blitz of Smith and throws incomplete. Wide open in the center of the field was Vance Johnson, but Elway hurrying and throwing against his body.
Well, the boot pass, we've seen it every week. Denver's famous with Elway coming out after faking left, coming out right. But virtually everybody in the league now has shut that play down. It's been very popular for 3 or 4 years. But you can see a good statistic. On the road, Elway's taken most of his sacks, and is primarily because of crowd noise and his offensive line being unable to get on track as they'd like to protect Elway. So that's a problem, and this noise is engulfing everybody.
Under center, 2nd and 15. The give is to Steve Sewell, who gets the 5 yards back they lost on the penalty, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Carlton Bailey and Leonard Smith make the tackle.
Steve Sewell will be in the lineup on any passing down, and he's having his best year. The guy out of Reardon High School in San Francisco, played at Oklahoma, And the crowd is on their feet.
Especially tough on those tackles. Elway down the middle. It's deflected and dropped by Kelso. Mark Kelso had it flop right into his lap, unable to pull it in.
Mark Jackson was uncovered and wide open. And Kelso got almost lucky to get the interception.
Clifford Hicks, the man who seemed to deflect the pass.
From down to down.
Mike Moran aiming for that coffin corner, and he catches it. How good was the kick? They mark it at the 10, 11. They're still going with it.
With Wade Phillips as the director of it, has done a beautiful job all year. Much improved.
And defending Kelly in history of the 3 games. Up the middle goes Thurman Thomas, the outstanding player from scrimmage in the National Football League the last 3 years, leading with his yardage compiled as a receiver and rusher. And another powerful season for this 4th year back from Oklahoma State.
And there they are again, right at the line of scrimmage, giving Denver no breathing room.
On second down, it's Thomas again drawing the crowd, and short yardage out to about the 18-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and 4.
2 number. There's Wade Phillips, and he is now signaling, and hopefully most of his players see that signal. But again, Mecklenburg will call it out, as will Dennis Smith, to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Here comes a blitz from the outside.
Dennis Smith doesn't get there, and the pass incomplete to Don Beebe. Beebe covered by Charles Dimry. So 3 and out again.
Dennis Smith timed it perfectly. He snuck up, and was on the line of scrimmage when the ball snapped, totally unblocked. Now, that hit is questionable. You just shouldn't have that going on in the NFL. But he's got to do the damage whenever he gets a chance. 2 people to watch for, Dick. Number 27, Steve Atwater. 49, Dennis Smith. Whenever the Bills have the ball, the 2 safety men are the key to the Denver defense.
Chris Moore kicking with the wind at his back. Vance Johnson deep in Denver territory. This is another beautiful spiral. Johnson at the 36-yard line. Breaks 1 tackle of Henry Jones and is out to the 49. So Denver again starts near midfield. No score. First quarter, 10 minutes to go.
Married with Children, Global's got it tonight at 9.
Magnificent Niagara Falls, some 25 miles as the crow flies from Rich Stadium, where the Denver Broncos scoreless here in the first period. Denver now with its 2nd possession. Buffalo unable to make a first down in its first 2. A little delay, and drilled in the backfield was Gaston Green by Cornelius Bennett.
Best right now.
He whipped Shannon Sharp easily on that play for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Elway downfield. Incomplete to Sharp, who was open. And I believe a flag has gone down.
You get 1 chance during the game with a play like that. The next time it's run, it will be covered. You just get 1 shot, and Elway overthrew it. Now, maybe there may be a penalty involved with it, an infraction. But the play itself, those special plays, you hold up, and you time it, you call it at just the right time, then you overthrow, and the play's wasted.
No flag. Apparently they picked it up. 3rd and 14. Here they come. Elway dumps it off, complete to Sewell. Breaks 1 tackle, down to clear at the 40, and hit from behind at the 34-yard line by Leonard Smith. First down, Denver.
A well-timed screen play again to Sewell. It's very, very well done. Really, in this particular case, as we get a look at it, the blockers really don't get there. Now, you see the blockers come out a little bit late, but Sewell will have to make people miss. But he gets a full blitz, and outside Sewell comes. Really, the coverage is way over here, so Sewell has a lot of room to run. Every time you blitz in a championship game, you're taking a chance on ending the season right there. These teams are all too good to take on much blitzing.
First down at the 34, and hit as soon as he takes the handoff as Green again as Darryl Talley and others. In on the stop, 56 Talley on his way to the Pro Bowl.
Talley unblocked coming from the outside. You'll see him right in front of him. He angles down inside. Now, you typically don't expect an outside linebacker to be willing to start up the field and angle right down along the line of scrimmage. When you see that, the coaches upstairs are looking for a bootleg, a quarterback keep, something that fakes inside and then gets the quarterback outside on tally.
Second and 11, Dan Reeves in his 42nd playoff game as a player, assistant coach, and head coach. And trying to get to his 9th Super Bowl. Leon Seals, number 96.
They're going to have to run, unfortunately, at Bruce Smith and at Talley. To the right side, they've got Cornelius Bennett sitting over there, and everybody's concerned about him. A drift pass to the outside.
Elway, lots of time.
He's got to get rid of it.
And finally brought down by Jeff Wright.
Elway wanted to throw to his far left. He wanted to roll right, hold the ball, then throw far left, and he just took way too much time. Took too much time in trying to get it done.
Yeah, the coverage was terrific. Couldn't find an open white shirt.
Just couldn't get it done. But it was really his fault all the way. Just a little bit reckless holding the ball that long.
Clifford Hicks is deep as Horan sends an end-over-end punt. That takes a Buffalo bounce and still rolling in the Bills' favor out to the 24-yard line. 6:29 remaining in the first scoreless period. But 22 this season.
There's such a marked difference from 5-11 to a championship game, and it's every one of the offensive players from Denver to a man will say it's our defense that made the difference.
Buffalo without a first down, has the ball for the third time. That's Tim Lucas as Thomas breaks that tackle and charges forward to the 28-yard line. That's what. And was it intercepted by Cragen? A miraculous try, and it is Denver's ball. Greg Cragen caught that one like an outfielder.
Denver is really getting pushed. Ball coming right at us, and there's Cragen. Now, Cragen was stunning outside. Wasn't really a factor, but he was so quick in responding to what he saw. Bats the ball, turns around, and then the ball in the air. These are always a problem when that ball goes straight up in the air, that one of the linemen will find it.
Ron Holmes, number 90, deflected the ball, and Cragen, a 265-pound nose guard, able to make that basket catch. So the ball at the 29-yard line, the Broncos' first turnover. And here it is again. This is a miraculous play by a man. You expect this kind of agility and effort out of a defensive back, not a nose guard. Look at this. Almost blindly. How'd he even see it? Elway, the handoff to Green. And he's caught from behind by Cornelius Bennett. Now, if you want more evidence of the speed of this, Elway crushed at the 30. Cornelius Bennett again.
Well, people are blitzing, Dick, and I can't believe it. And both clubs are having problems with it. They must not in your ball game. One big play.
Elway in trouble again, gets it away, incomplete. Intended for Green. Well, 47-yard attempt by David Treadwell into the wind. It is no good. Hook to the left. There is a flag on the play. And Buffalo cheers. It is against Denver, so undoubtedly declined. And that interception by Cragen.
Number 88 on the offense. Penalty is declined. First down.
Does not produce any points. Buffalo denies with 4:41 left in the opener.
It's the Budweiser NFL 91 Trivia Contest. A different trivia question will be asked each week. 20 correct winners will each win $100 cash and official Bud NFL merchandise. Plus, you could win the grand prize trip for 2 to Super Bowl 26. Look for the weekly trivia question in the Wednesday sports section of the Toronto and Ottawa Sun. Brought to you by...
Get the edge on hockey performance with CCM 652 tax. National Sports Center, your fun starts with us, guaranteed.
Helping make it possible. Every hero's dreams of gold. Promises of something better. Tales of glory to be told. Somewhere in every heart, we challenge the way things are. For the dream of what could be.
The people of Toyota Canada and its dealers are proud to sponsor Canada's Olympic teams.
Hey, Mike, you here alone? No, my parents are over there. Hey, look, my parents are sitting with your parents. I guess they're making friends. Yeah, I guess they like it here. Oops, my mother spilled her coffee again. It's okay, she's allowed to make a mess here.
You deserve a break today.
And it's good to get them out once in a while.
That's McDonald's today.
With a last-place schedule, many felt Denver had some soft spots in 1991 to account for their big comeback. But Buffalo, look, their opponents had a worse percentage of wins than Denver's. Brennan Thomas on first down, and the flags go down as Thomas tackled a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. Carl Mecklenburg, the veteran Pro Bowler, number 77, in on the stop.
Both gets to his outside.
First and 20 for Kelly. Complete at the 32-yard line. Charles Dimry up from a corner to make the tackle after a gain of...
Beautiful execution offensively and defensively.
Draw to Thomas. And he pulls his way to the 37-yard line. For the first down, and they may get it on a penalty as Kelly pulled back from center. We'll see whether Howard Ballard helped to draw the defense offside.
Prior to the snap, number 75, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
And when Ballard moves,
In regular season play.
one today, 3rd and 7. And Kelly has the first down at the 41-yard line to the tight end, Keith McKellar.
To be perfect. He gets him the ball, and look, the instant he gets it, bang, from either side. He's got Atwater and Mecklenburg catching him just perfectly. In other words, you can't live on that play very long.
Here comes Thomas. He pushes outside, and he's into Denver territory at the 49-yard line.
Well, Thomas bounced a play that was designed to go inside. And he moves to the outside to make it work. And this is what concerned Denver. Because, as you'll see, you'll get a pulling guard, a pulling tackle. The play's designed to go in here, but watch it get to the outside. Everybody's responding to the blockers and failing to account for the great instincts that Thomas can show us.
It's 2nd and 1, and Thomas fighting for the yard and a first down. Mecklenburg and Warren Powers in on the stop.
Again, Thomas ready to bounce it. He sees all that trouble inside. Everybody's stacked up. He'll start jumping outside, and with that speed, he can be devastating. So the safety men or the perimeter defenders really have to be alert and not underestimate his ability to get out there and then outrun them to the sideline.
Close enough for a measurement at the 49. The 2:16 mark of this opening quarter. No score. And Buffalo another first down.
A good look at the two people we pointed out, Steve Atwater and Dennis Smith. Now you'll see this support right into the play almost immediately. Now watch Atwater come from that safety position and actually get to the line of scrimmage to make the stop. So these two big, powerful safeties of Denver are going to be all over the field today, and they're the guys that are going to take on Thomas.
Kenneth Davis gives Thomas a blow, and it's Davis with a carry. Protecting the ball as he drives for a couple up the middle. Mike Kroll, the brilliant rookie, back in for Denver. But it was Michael Brooks and Mecklenburg in on the stop. There's Kroll from Nebraska. He was the 4th player picked in the draft, and a solid one for the Broncos. He had 10 sacks, led all NFL rookies, and 4 forced fumbles to lead Denver. Very fast, 4.4 speed. A dump off to Davis. Guess who makes another tackle? Mecklenburg, his 5th of the game.
Now that was what we call a fast screen, in which Kelly will know that there'll be an unblocked man if he blitzes from the outside. And in this particular case, Kelly just demonstrated why he's a champion. He took the shot and threw the ball.
James Lofton is being attended on the near sideline, so Al Edwards, 85, in at his spot. From the Denver 44. Batted in the air and almost caught by Farrat. Since it had been batted by a Denver player, he could have caught that ball and run with it, but his instinct was to drop it like a hot potato. And it is 4th down for Buffalo.
A combination of athletic ability, but the coaching itself and bringing that out of the players.
Chris Moore's 3rd punt, dying in the air and bounding to Carlton Bailey, who touches it at the 24. Denver begins from that spot. Boy, what a weekend on NBC Sports next Saturday and Sunday. And on Sunday, we have 3 treats for you. First, an NBA doubleheader. That's about as close as those two guys will get. Michael and Isaiah. And then it'll be Portland and Phoenix with Clyde the Glide against the brilliant Kevin Johnson of the Suns. And then the Bob Hope final round of that desert. Elway from his 24. A little draw. And that's Green showing his speed, and he was 1 player from a touchdown. It was Mark Kelso. If he gets by Kelso, he has the speed to go the distance. Green's longest run, 19 yards and a 1st down for Denver. So the Bronco offense has moved the ball, and their defense has been tougher than expected by the Buffalo fans as we come to the end of this 1st period. Elway guns complete, and it's Vance Johnson out of bounds at the Buffalo 48-yard line with 4 seconds left in the quarter. Ball goes out of bounds. They wind the clock, and that is the end of the quarter as the Denver Broncos heighten hopes in Rocky Mountain country with their performance in the 1st. In the final game of the regular season. No score as Elway goes to work. 1st down, and it's Green. Little delay, and then he punches off the left side to the 43.
Well, both clubs really must respect each other. That time, Leonard Smith, the strong safety, tried to blitz from the outside. The play went the other way, but he was going to be there in any case. And so you can see him sneaking up and then blitzing, but of course the play is going to break to the other side. Now you see the fullback lead, and then the tailback followed it right inside. Green following his fullback inside.
They spotted at the 44. They bring linebackers again, and Green is hit after a yard pickup. And as they unpile, credit the tackle to Shane Patrick Conlon.
You don't know when, Dick, either team will finally relax and begin to execute.
Both 3rd down along 5, and he's got his man over the middle for a 1st down. It's Michael Young, who caught 44 on the regular season to lead the Broncos. Now, Michael.
Watch the game for 60 minutes.
Elway off play action going deep for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Kirby Jackson, who had 2 last week, gets 1 today.
It just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. Jackson was right with this. Excellent technique. You see just a little bit of a weave by Johnson, but Jackson's inside his receiver in perfect position. Uh-oh, that may call for a replay.
Now they're going to have to review that one.
They're going to have to take a look.
The ball clearly hit the ground. We're going to stay here. We're not going to commercial because it appears here that Kirby Jackson did not catch this cleanly. He has it there, but as he comes down.
It comes out.
Definitely.
It comes out. And I'm sure they'll look at it.
It was an interception. The play is being reviewed.
So if it is overruled, that would bring up a 4th down in punting position for Denver. Actually, they might rather have this interception. The ball's on the 2-yard line. You're not going to benefit from the reversal on the call. Kirby Jackson, who thought he had the interception at the 2, but the evidence was clear that the ball had hit the ground. And now Elway has it at the 36, and Dale Hamer, the referee, going to be absolutely certain of the down and the spot of the ball, which of course the review official can help him with in looking at our tapes.
Well, Elway had gone for it as planned on 1st down, and he got the wrong defense. But now people have to start thinking 3 points at this point in the game. Someone's going to have to get some points here pretty quick. So expect some rather conservative play calling to get in position for a field goal at this point.
Michael Young had caught the 8-yard pass for a 1st down that took the ball to the Buffalo 36-yard line, and on 1st down, the incomplete pass.
It'll be 2nd down, 10.
And that is where we stand at the 36. Broncos have an intercepted pass, but missed on a 47-yard field goal. But they've moved the ball into Buffalo territory on most every possession.
Well, they're not going to let him play for a minute here. They must be talking about spotting the ball. That would be the only consideration.
The yardsticks are at the 37. I believe Young got to the 36. So they've lost a yard in the process. It's 2nd and 10, but they lost a yard. Steve Sewell unable to wiggle free from the grasp of Leon Seals and Shane Conlon.
Again, both outside linebackers blitz. They played man-to-man defense. Both clubs are going after each other, and this surprises me in a game like this. But at this point, there isn't any score, so you can't argue with them.
As Seals and Conlon come out, Mike Lodish in to rush the passer and an extra defensive back, Clifford Hicks.
Now this noise is deafening, and no one could hear Elway if he talked.
He dumps it off to Sewell, who has one blocker. Wiggles outside and then meets a crowd of blue shy of a 1st down at about the 31-yard line.
Now that was a screen pass with a single offensive lineman coming down the line of scrimmage to be ready to block the man that was covering Sewell. But defensively, it was taken away totally.
On 4th and 4, Dan Reeves brings in 2 tight ends, apparently going to go for it at the 31 of Buffalo.
Well, he must be very confident off looking at previous tapes with the play that he wants to use here. He must feel he can get it right here.
Full house backfield with Elway in the shotgun, and Buffalo calls time. May have had too many men on the field. You saw Mike Lodish come in very late, and Darryl Talley spends a timeout. It comes with 12 motion. And offside, charges number 91, Jeff Wright. Was he drawn off?
They were preparing to blitz again. They were bringing extra people.
Coachman, number 91 of the defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
And Jeff Wright was going to attempt to clear the way for a blitzer to come inside him. You'll see him move right here. And he was going to angle to the inside to allow a blitzer to come slipping right up into that hole and didn't quite get there.
You see Clifford Hicks, 27, slipping in from the secondary to follow right, and a first down on the penalty that doesn't please Marv Levy. So that might even have been part of the design for Denver, figuring 4th and 4. Too long for a field goal. Treadwell's longest is 49. That would have been 48. And the punt, well, let's see if we can get a penalty first down. And the Broncos work it to the 27.
Elway's going along to his linemen, each one of them telling them the play, the audible, and probably the snap count.
And the give straight ahead. Aston Green runs into Jeff Wright, 91.
That right is some football player. Is he having a great year? He can really do everything. He's a good pass rusher, but he can handle the double team as typified in the NFL, in which 2 men will attempt to block him, then one of them leave to block a linebacker. He takes care of both of them and still holds his ground.
Injured in the first game of the regular season against Miami, missed the first half of the year, and part of the problem stopping the rush incurred by Buffalo. And this is Steve Sewell on that little swing pass, and Carlton Bailey finally rides him out of bounds, but not until Sewell gets to the 15-yard line.
Well, a play pass finally throwing to a back out of the backfield. You'll see Sewell, number 30, really avoiding people, trying to give the impression he's about to initiate a block and then releasing. Sewell is a great utility man in a sense, Dick. He can play outside as a flanker, which he's done in the past. He can be an excellent reverse man. He's a good blocker. He's been injury prone, but he's so versatile they use him in these kinds of situations.
First down outside the 15. Deepest penetration by either team, and it's Gaston Green getting 5 before Cornelius Bennett can get on his heels. Was playing, in essence, the same position on the same team. Fumble Elway, and who's got it? Elway recovered himself.
Well, and you wonder whether Dave Weidel, playing now really for the first time this year, any length of time, in place of Keith Karts, whether that exchange is a good one. You see, Elway never had the ball. He came up with half a football.
But alert enough to be able to find it and scrape it into his body. 16-yard line, 3rd, and 10 and a half.
Now the linemen are exchanging with each other. That's the only possible communication.
Elway sacked as he's tripped up from behind. It appeared to be Bruce Smith. And how long it's been for Smith. He had only 1.5 sacks this year. Injured with that bad knee. Just got a piece of Elway from the backside.
Well, you'll see Smith coming upfield and Elway not stepping forward to avoid him. And so Elway spoke to us last night about he knows he has to step forward. You see the people on the outside, and Elway was so involved down the field that he lost track of Smith. And that's amazing that Smith can get that done with that knee problem.
That makes it a 42-yard field goal attempt by Treadwell with the wind. It is no good. Hit the upright. Smith might have been the difference. That 5 yards denies Denver. Still no score. Field goal instead of a 28-yard field goal. On 3rd down, Kelly. Incomplete. No one there. And again, Kelly and the offense for Buffalo unable to move against this Denver defense.
Well, how many times this year have we done broadcasts and reminded the viewers of the quarterback's sack on 3rd down that cost a team a field goal? So many times.
Kelly now 3 for 9. 1 interception.
With an interception, right.
Moore to punt. Vance Johnson back at the 28 of Denver.
Well, Denver has to be heartened. People in Denver watching the game, but more importantly, the Denver team. They now know they can play right there head-to-head with Buffalo.
Johnson on the run at the 40. Returns to the 50-yard line. Short punt. Well played by Vance Johnson. 33 yards. yards. And going.
Tonight on the Adventure Channel, join explorer Marceau Soulamer as he unlocks the mystery of the Great Barrier Reef.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going and going.
I'm a birdman. Know what I am? I'm a birdman. Birdman. Know what I am? I'm a birdman. And from one birdman to another, this bird's for you.
What do you think is...
No score. It's Elway going to work again. A middle screen to Sewell at the 45-40. And he is inside the 25-yard line. Good
Beautiful job up inside. Beautiful screen. All three inside.
In field goal range again. Sewell drilled by Bennett. Cornelius Bennett. I don't know if this is true, but lauded by his coach last week as there's a reverse to Vance Johnson, and that didn't fool anyone, especially Cornelius Bennett chasing him across the field. Levy on Monday said he called up Bennett, and Praiskin said in his 5 years he's never seen anyone play any better than Bennett did against Kansas City.
Bennett's game has totally changed since Jeff Wright and Bruce Smith were injured earlier. Bennett had to pick up all the slack. They moved him inside on occasion and exchanged him with Conlon, made him an inside linebacker. He had to work on his pass rush techniques. He's so much different a ball player now than he was a year ago.
Third and long. 6 minutes plus left in the first half. No score. Elway shotgun. A draw for Elway. And look at Elway inside the 20 to the 19 won't be enough. That'll leave him 5 yards shy of a first down, but puts Treadwell closer for the field goal upcoming. The third
Reeves
try
wanted
by
the 3 points, Dick. Dan Reeves wanted to get on that scoreboard. That was the safest play he could run. He knew he'd get part of it at least, and maybe get a little bit lucky and get the first down. But now they're in the middle of the field, excellent position to get themselves at least on the board.
37 yards this time, the shortest of the 3 attempts. It's to the right again and hit the upright again. Oh, my.
The same kick.
What are the odds on a man able to hit 2 in a row, hit the upright? Well, Buffalo loves it, as Treadwell has missed now from 47, 42, and this heartbreaker from 37.
Well, he's not.
The City last week. Looked like a procedure penalty there. A flag down. It goes to Beebe. And the little guy from Chadron State with his first catch pays for it. Looked as if there was movement on the right side of the Buffalo line.
Well, we assumed that the offensive line of Denver would have problems because of crowd noise. I doubt that it's crowd noise affecting Buffalo, but in this particular case, that kills them.
Offense, the right end, moved.
So instead of a gain of about 8, a 5-yard penalty. Someone lined on that right side leaned forward on the snap. And it's Treadwell being consoled on the Bronco sidelines, as we have seen Scott Norwood, the Buffalo kicker, receiving that treatment out at the Raiders. Remember where the Buffalo Bills came from well behind, and Norwood finally kicked one in overtime to win it at the Coliseum. Kelly on 1st and 15, under pressure, and incomplete. Atwater drilled.
What a shot.
Lofton. Atwater coming up and timing his hit.
We talked about the safeties, and are they playing? Now, they can get burnt sooner or later behind them, but Steve Atwater, number 27, in a zone defense. Look at him attack James Lofton. Timed it perfectly. And those are the patterns that have really been hurting opponents. Buffalo on shallow crosses, taking people apart. They haven't done it yet today.
On 2nd and 15 toward the sidelines to Lofton, but again, Atwater was there in the short zone, so Kelly had to loft it high over his head, and therefore high out of bounds.
Well, that was not a good throw.
Atwater
he did get his deep out.
As you see, the son of Bum, Wade Phillips, signal in the defense. Atwater and Smith, both these safeties go to the Pro Bowl this year. There's a lot of good ones at that position, but this is the best pair.
Wade Phillips, by the way, has turned into one of the great technicians in the game of football.
3rd and 15, a screen to Thomas, has some blockers, but then the defense closes in at the 20-yard line. A gain of
as they leave.
Broncos out playing highly favored Buffalo thus far in the half, but still no score as Vance Johnson waits at midfield. Moore sends a beauty. Fair catch. Johnson back at the 31-yard line. A terrific kick of 49 yards. No return. Away, a delay to Green. Justin Green to the 34-yard line. On the sidelines, the man that Green replaced, Bobby Humphrey from Alabama, who had rushed for 1,000 yards in each of his first 2 years with Denver, a #1 pick, then held out. Didn't arrive till very late and into the season, into October, and Dan Reeves used him very sparingly. He carried the ball only 11 times for 33 yards, not in uniform today. He's healthy, but just at this point, Reeves said, hadn't played enough. I don't know if I can trust him. He might fumble. I'll stay with the men who got me here.
Well, Gaston Green's having a sensational year.
On 2nd down and 8, Elway on the roll. In trouble. Breaks 2 tackles. Still no one open. Now he throws and finds his receiver at the 47-yard line. It's Shannon Sharp, the younger brother of Sterling, the outstanding receiver of the Green Bay Packers.
I don't know to this day how Elway gets away with this. Look at him. He's going to roll all the way left. The play's designed to be out here. Now he avoids superior athletes. And he's not that fast at this stage of his career. And he can still find somebody and hit them. And my guess is right now, Dick, Elway can hardly break 5 flat in a 40, yet he can make these great athletes missing. There's an instinct there that's so rare.
That was Bruce Smith and Cornelius Bennett that ran into each other trying to tackle him. The quickie outside to Sewell. He gets to the 50. A short pickup of 4. Shane Conlon and Nate Odoms on the tackle.
Well, the one thing they can do is get the ball to Sewell for not much, but they might be able to control the ball. Now, there was Conlon, who, by the way, has had a great season. People were really surprised that Shane did not make the Pro Bowl. Although he made it a year ago, this was by far his best season as a linebacker, as a professional.
I guess with Bennett and Talley, his linebacker teammates making it, it was tough to vote for 3 Bills, but Conlon certainly deserving. The clock, 2:30 left in the half. 2nd down and 7.
Sewell again.
And he dives to the 46-yard line, and it was Cornelius Bailey hawking Elway as he threw, and then Bailey downfield. And they're in Buffalo territory again, a 3rd and 2. Fumble, and Sewell has fallen on it at the 47-yard line, shy of the 1st down.
Now, was the ball snapped to Sewell? It looked as though it was a draw play with a direct snap going to Sewell on the right. Now he's taken his, that's the tough thing about that kind of football. We had developed that with the 49ers and always had the problem. The ball carrier wants to see the blocking, and meanwhile, here comes a ball toward him from the center. If he takes his eye off it, as Sewell just did, you've got a fumble.
Hit it right in the helmet.
Yeah, he wanted you know, that's tough running inside against Buffalo, and he wanted to see where he would go when he got the ball.
The Broncos taking as much time as they can before the punt by Horan, so the clock is now down to 1:10. And they'll even take the 5-yard delay of game to spend all that time. So Buffalo not using a timeout. Remember, they had to spend one earlier in the half. And so Buffalo with 2 timeouts and 1:08 as they expect this punt from Horan. There's
the years, especially the Buffalo Bills.
Clifford Hicks deep as Horan will kick from just inside his 40. Beautiful high punt, fair catch Hicks at the Buffalo 13-yard line with Shannon Sharp right in his face. A reminder, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll be presenting the Keystone Beer Player of the Game. Well, they're in the spirit in Buffalo, and at halftime we'll have All the crew from NFL Live, pleased that they're here with us at Rich Stadium to analyze the first half. As Bob is joined by Will Bill and one of the Buffalo Bills heroes, O.J. Simpson. Has O.J. stopped signing autographs yet? I'd just like to have a quarter for everyone he signed this weekend.
He ran out of people at our hotel and went to the next one.
Did he? Just hang around the lobby.
Yeah,
it's amazing how you'll be known.
They don't know him by face now. Owen knows that voice, that big, deep voice.
It was inside to Thomas across the 15-yard line. And the clock is running. And apparently Marv Levy with the ball so deep in his own end. Now it's going to be Denver that's going to call the timeout with 53 seconds left in the half. Thurman Thomas. This hit by Dennis Smith, the other safety.
Smith, Dick. Did you see that? I mean, that's a la Ronnie Lott. Of course, both of them, Ronnie Lott and Dennis, played on the same USC football team. But listen. Now that's a hit.
Well, that'll make your
that is a major hit. And according to Wade Phillips, he's gotten more of those this year than ever in his career. Now that may mean brain damage or something. I don't know, but he's selling out, just selling out into that line of scrimmage. And we spoke of both safeties being the key factors, because when they hit, they stop you.
He's the oldest of the Denver defenders at 32. He had 5 interceptions, his career high this year. He's always forced a lot of fumbles because of hits like that. And I think
now he's just a pure safety and is teeing off on people.
On 3rd and 1. Davis hit by Mecklenburg, and Denver spends its 3rd time out. Randy Robbins was in there too. Well, you said at the very start, Bill, what intrigued you about the game was Thurman Thomas, the yardage leader in the NFL with his receiving and rushing yards, against the 2 safeties of Denver, and Smith and Atwater have answered the ring, haven't they? O.J. Simpson. His right hand is weary, but he's finished signing all autographs the rest of the half, and he's ready to go to work at the intermission. The 38 seconds, and of course enshrined here in the memories and permanently in Buffalo. Bill Lohr. Lohr's punt. Vance Johnson at the 41. And out of bounds at the 46, and a flag is down. They may have run into Moore. Charles, no, it's Lilo Lang.
Well, that'll give him a first down, I think. It's 4th and 4.
Oh, gee. Goodness, he barely touched him.
Oh, gee.
21. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Now, that wouldn't be called 1 out of 20 times in an NFL league game. Why that call was made, we would all wonder. No contact, no intent of injury, no attempt to damage. The punt's away.
So the Bills now with 29 seconds will be able to run out the clock, one would assume. They bring in Metzelars. That's an indication they're going to go. It's to go with in that Kelly-directed offense, but Marv Levy wants them in the locker room to talk over how can we beat this Denver defense. Final seconds of the half. You see Ted Marchibroda in front of Levy, and a potential head coach in another week. He's one of the leading candidates for the Indianapolis Colts job.
I'm really surprised, Dick, that they didn't go for the Hail Mary kind of pass down the field. I really am.
So the end of a half. Surprising indeed. High-scoring Buffalo held to a scoreless tie by Denver.
Are the final results. Other than one brief run at midseason, Parcells was never really in it. Will won the competition with a late blitz, and we promised that the winner would pretty much have the rest of us wait on him during the conference championship weekend, and to the victor goes the spoils.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. McDonough. This is your morning wake-up call.
6:30 already? Could you do me a favor? I put my order in with room service last night. Could you tell them to hurry it up and get it up here? I'm stopping. Thanks.
Room service.
Come in.
Good morning, Mr. McDonough. It's your hearty man breakfast, just like you ordered. There it is. Eggs over easy, sausage, bacon, hash browns. Lovely morning waffles.
Are these the Parcells waffles?
Well, he's been waffling all week, and we had him get up early to make them this morning. And, of course, as you like, a piping hot stack of flapjacks.
Very health-conscious breakfast. Where's the juice?
Well, here's the juice, a little freshly squeezed juice from California.
Jeez, this could have been you, baby.
Yeah,
if you paid attention to what I told you at the end, you could be sitting there. You could be Mr. Big today.
Yeah, if I just sat on my hands.
Where is Mr. Big? Oh, come on in. I've been waiting for you.
Your bath is drawn, Mr. McDonough. Roll.
Yeah.
Morning paper, sir.
Finally got a job, kid, huh?
Finally, yes.
Right at your own level. Yes. You've been trying for a couple
I'm doing
weeks.
well at it.
Nice to hear about it. Thanks again, fellas. It was easy, believe me.
Yeah. Well, make sure you eat it all. You might as well have it all. Okay.
Morning coffee? Yeah. It is 6:30. You may need this as a pick-me-up.
A proud moment for each of us.
Bob, I forgot to give you guys a tip, and I'm going to give it to Bill. Bill, don't spend it all in one place, kid.
Oh, thanks. We couldn't even get to the airport with this right here.
Well, at least we went to bat.
Cheapskate.
At least we went to bat the last week of the season. You sat on your hands. That's like not playing the last game, going for a batting title.
Well, did you want to go to bat and lose, Juice? Because that's what you did.
I'd rather go to bat.
All right, I see the Denver Broncos just beneath us are coming down the tunnel, heading back to the field. A thought before they kick off for the third quarter.
Well, I think Denver would like to play just like they did the first half. And, their defense is very aggressive. Their offense certainly had enough opportunities. But, their kicker's got to make some kicks or they got to get the ball in the end zone. I don't think they can hold Buffalo forever.
This is the dropped interception, potential interception that Atwater could have had.
Yeah, but Denver's defense has been in position the whole first half, and they're not going to play any better than they did the first half. They need to score some points.
OJ?
I tell you what, for both teams, we're saying the weather is not a factor. It is a little blustery out there, and both quarterbacks, and of course you see with Treadwell, they're having trouble with that wind from time to time out there. The interesting thing is going to see what Ted Marchabroda says to his team because they're having a lot of problems out there. They don't know what's going on offensively.
Okay, we're going to send it back over to Dick Enberg and Bill Walsh for the call of the second half right after this message.
Welcome back to the second half here at Rich Stadium. A stunning scoreless tie that certainly has some of these Buffalo Bills fans in shock. We weren't shocked when we read the news earlier this week that 15 finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame included you, Bill, and I know you were very proud when you heard that announcement. Good luck to you.
Well, thank you very much.
And of course, also the fact that they could now rename the NFC Central the Walsh Division. 3 of your former coaches.
They've got to come up with something offensively and defensively in both locker rooms because you got 30 minutes to play, and what they had planned isn't working. They have to go to their playbook and to their plans.
All right, let's take a look now at the Keystone Light halftime statistics. And while neither team able to move the ball, Denver at least has gotten into field goal range with those 123 yards, resulting in the 3 misses from field goal range. And Buffalo actually one more first down. They had 3 first downs and only 58 total yards, as Denver had 2-1 in time possession. Over 20 minutes, the ball in control of the Broncos.
Well, those halftime stats don't look like we anticipated. 58 yards, Dick. My gosh, I can't believe it. This is the most high-powered offense and explosive offense we've seen in years, and are held at 58 yards by Wade Phillips' defense, Denver defense. And, of course, as pointed out at halftime, the Bills' defense hasn't done that bad either. But believe me, at halftime, the decisions that were made will make the difference in this game. This is when coaches do become very, very important. Their decisions as to how to adapt their offenses to what defenses they've seen. And, of course, defensively, they know they can't get away with that blitzing down after down. One big shot to Lofton or Jackson or someone, and one team or the other is going to score.
All All right, the Broncos will get the ball first here in the second half as Brad Del Wiso, the rookie from UCLA, who is just the kickoff specialist. He may have the best job in the National Football League, will kick the deep. Derek Russell, a rookie from Arkansas, waits at the other end at the 6. Tackle made by number 99, Hal Garner.
And these guys are intense, huh? Woo. You can see that kickoff coverage, typically in a championship game, is so intense. They just break right through blockers.
Only one turnover in the first half, and that was that exceptional interception by nose guard Greg Cragen of Denver, but a missed field goal by Treadwell. From the 23, Michael Young to the left, and Russell to the right. Gaston Green, and no gain there as Carlton Bailey read it well. Bailey from North Carolina replacing Ray Bentley at that inside linebacker position this year.
Well, look at that size, 245 pounds, and he runs into 4.6. And when he knows where the ball is, he gets there. He attacked that play. There's just got to be something else in the repertoire of both these clubs to break this game open.
Bailey and Shane Conlon pushing and shoving the two Buffalo linebackers. Getting in position. Elway, good protection. Now it breaks down. And he has to dive out to the 25-yard line. Leon Seals, Dr. Sack, number 96, hawking him, and a flag is down.
Well, it was all Bailey. Bailey blitzed all the way around outside everybody, and Elway had held the ball too long. And he has got a problem.
There was no flag on the play. Flag fell out inadvertently. No flag.
Elway's limping.
Ball at the 25, a gain of a couple for Elway, 3rd down and 8.
Yeah.
Not a good sign as Elway flexing that knee. Gary Kubiak is the backup.
He's trying to work up in between people. Didn't see anything significant at all, but he is hurting.
May have just jammed that knee. Elway shouting to his center, hurry up here. Trying to kickstart the play. He gives to Vance Johnson, who's tripped up in the backfield.
Jeff Wright. Wow.
So a nothing series for Denver's
opposition, and just take the blockers down more than anyone else. They didn't have to make a tackle. They took away the blocking.
Well, Buffalo is going to get about its best field position of the entire game off this kick by Horan, with Clifford Hicks at his 42. Horan sends a beautiful spiral arcing deep. Look at that. What a kick over Hicks's head and still rolling. A magnificent punt by Mike Horan, waved by the Broncos inside the 5-yard line.
Why the ball wasn't fielded, I still can't explain. I don't know anybody who could explain. You go all through training camp, you come to a championship game like this, and you fail to field the ball that is clearly clicked. How far? 77 yards. Well, it was about a 65-yard punt in the air, and it wasn't fielded, and that really hurt.
It is a record kick for Horan. His longest before was 75. Hicks may be up in that win. He just didn't read it well, and that left-footed kicker sends a different action, and Hicks has been the punt return man for Buffalo only since mid-season. Al Edwards earlier in the year, so not a lot of experience in that regard. So Kelly starts from his 5. Out to Thurman Thomas, and he's knocked down at the 7 by number 91 Warren Powers, a 3rd-year lineman from Maryland.
Well, Elway's hurting.
Flexing that right knee, and there's Kubiak, who has announced his retirement. No, I'll take that back. Elway announced his retirement in the post-game conference last week after the win against Houston.
This was to be Kubiak's last game. He may see little duty
if they lose the last game. Thomas tripped up in the backfield. It's Greg Cragen's penetration into the blockers, and Thomas tripped up for a loss.
Well, the intensity of the defensive lines are getting the jump on the offensive lines, on the blockers. is happening on both clubs all day. Anything where you pull a lineman, the man that is following that pulling lineman is beating the blocker to the punch. That's all there is to it.
Third in his end zone. And out over the middle to Andre Reed, and it's Reed's first catch, and he's close to a first down. Reed, who had 81 in the season, had 4 last week, 2 for touchdowns, and not until the second half today does he get his first grab. Is it good enough for a first down?
And that was really a broken play. Kelly had to come outside, as you noticed, and Reed had to change his pattern to get open. So that was not a designed, rehearsed play. That was strictly individual effort.
They spot it right on the 14, so it's a half-yard shy of a first down and more into punt.
I think that Elway thing's the most significant thing thus far in the game. Not the non-scoring. Elway looks like he's really going to be handicapped in movement.
The thigh bruise. Here's Moore's punt, end over end, and a fair catch by Vance Johnson at the 50-yard line. So thanks to Horan's 77-yard punt, exchange of kicks all in the favor of the Broncos. In the time, and it's deflected by Smith, incomplete. Bruce Smith.
Dick, you recall in the first quarter, Elway tried the same play pass, and he wanted to hit Sharp deep down the field. He couldn't get away with it a second time. You see, the pulling guard, Rydell, that time really didn't get his job done. Elway had to rush it. But the point is, they went to the special play the second time, and it didn't develop.
Now, Smith a factor today. Although his bad knee really restricts him, he's not the great player that we saw all of last season. Draw play, and it's open for Green. Caught from behind by Cornelius Bennett. Green was going to make good yardage, and Elway has a man, Johnson, and he can't make the play. Clifford Hicks blindly leaping and timing perfectly to break it up.
Well, Johnson was open. They finally got a guy open, and Elway didn't get him the ball. Now, this is the way to beat these kinds of defenses. Put that ball up, and it's just underthrown enough that the recovery was made by Hicks, and you have to give Hicks credit for recovering, but he was beat bad at the start of the play.
Well, here's Horan. He's in the all-time NFL playoff book with his last punt. You think of the thousands of punts in NFL playoff history. Officially 76 yards. His last kick ties a record that goes back to 1935. He sends this one toward the end zone, and Hicks backs away as it goes into the red Bills area, and it's the touchback for Buffalo at their own 20. Timeout, 9:44 left in the third period.
It's the Budweiser NFL 91 Trivia Contest. A different trivia question.
The Broncos and the Bills playing for a shot 2 weeks from today at the big party in Minneapolis. Super Bowl 26. Thurman Thomas, their star running back, has 37 yards rushing today. He told O.J. Simpson at halftime that there were no corrections, no adjustments made in the offense. They're just going to try to hit a big play against a mistake in the Denver defense. What's your reaction to that?
Well, there has to be a phase of the game plan that accounts for heavy blitzing and penetrating defenses, and apparently they felt that they had the answer to it. That you'd have to think there are things they can go to now, especially getting the ball to the outside receivers.
Another misdirection going to Thomas. Breaks a tackle, breaks another. And on a solo effort, he skids out of bounds 1 yard shy of a first down at the 29. Meanwhile, on the Broncos sideline, they're rubbing some of that hot ointment into the deep bruise on the thigh of John Elway.
You know, the problem with this, Dick, it could preclude a great comeback in the fourth quarter with Elway. If he cannot run and is not mobile, it takes away a lot of what he did last week. So that could affect the fourth quarter, the final minutes of a ball game, even though he can function halfway decent in the meantime.
It's third and a half yard.
Safety's right up in there.
And Thomas hit, but spins forward and has the first down. Just
he made it. He barely made it.
Only the fourth first down for Buffalo today.
Now you're going to see safety coming right up into the play prior to the snap and right up on top of the ball. So there isn't anywhere to go.
On first down, Kelly. complete to Beebe, and he's tackled immediately by Michael Brooks at the sixth being attended to. Could be that knee would be a logical guess.
Yeah, it looks like he may have a cramp because most likely he hasn't been able to work out. Consequently, he's not in physical condition to be able to do some of these things.
Off a blitz, and Kelly had to hurry. What a catch by Thurman Thomas. He was flat on his back. For a game with no score, we've had some spectacular
Here's
action.
an unblocked man, and Thomas somehow makes the catch. Now, he's not going to be able to do that that very many times. Fletcher was all over Kelly.
That's a highlight catch. Reverse to Reed with blockers. Atwater can't get him, but does get enough to push him out of bounds, but it's at the Denver 40.
Well, with everybody focusing in, funneling into the ball, the reverse was inevitable. And finally it was called, and there was a big hole. Jim Kelly makes a key block as the whole thing starts. You see Kelly right there making the block, right on the spot.
Buffalo in the scoreless game at the 40 with a first down. And now it's Thomas, and it looks as if the Bills' offense becoming on track. That's 7 more. Thomas, who is looking for another 100-yard game. He has 4 consecutive playoff games, 100 yards. The record is 6. Another call for Thurman. And he ducks across the 30, first down.
Well, Simon Fletcher blitzed from a deepened position that time, and we could start getting a fatigue factor in that defense, Denver's defense.
Kelly shouting out the signals and the no huddle.
Now this is when the fatigue factor sets in. If he can make a series of first downs, the defense will start to suffer for it.
Oh, a blitz, and he had to unload that one to Lofton as Michael Brooks charged through.
Brooks blitzed inside, and he's getting now. He's going to blitz in here. The penetration here stops Kelly from throwing that 3-step drop pattern. Here it comes. There's so much penetration right there. You see, Thomas couldn't get there in time. Couldn't make it in time to effectively block.
This is the deepest penetration by the #1 offense in the National Football League. The Bills to the 29 of Denver. 10th play of the drive. And off to Thomas. A play that Denver likes to run with Steve Sewell back in the shotgun with Elway. It gains about 4. Simon Fletcher, another tackle for Denver. 3rd and 6. Make it closer to 7. A play action by Kelly. Intercepted, Tyrone Braxton, and he steps out of bounds at the Denver 19-yard line. Familiar to Buffalo fans and O.J. Simpson. Remember Jim Braxton, the big fullback who blocked for O.J. in the 70s. He is a distant relative, but Tyrone in a Denver uniform stops Jim Kelly's drive, the second interception against Kelly, and Denver has the ball at its own 19. That was the best chance for the Bills.
Well, the numbers aren't great there. 52 yards throwing the ball. Far short of any expectations. But one of the problems when you're having a game in which the opposing defense is really taking you apart, it's best, I think, Dick, to use the huddle, slow things down, concentrate with the coach's help on your next call. That was a wasted down and a wasted interception.
This big crowd still making it tough on Elway. A little play action. And he can't hit Shannon Sharp.
Well, John was willing to come out of there and run with the ball, even though he's got that thigh bruise. Maybe he feels that'll loosen it up.
Well, his shoulder, that kind of matches the shoulder. He has to keep throwing because of a shoulder that tightens up on him. Even between plays, he'll try to throw lightly to keep loose.
That's 0 for 3 in the second half.
Young to the left.
Russell to the right. Middle screen. It's intercepted by Bailey. Carlton Bailey, touchdown. Linebacker Carlton Bailey picking off a pass deflected, I believe, by Jeff Wright into his lap. And Bailey, an unlikely offensive hero, has the first points of this game.
Well, you have to say Jeff Wright, number 91, is really the guy that recognized the screen.
7-0 as Scott Norwood adds the extra point. Carlton Bailey, who had one interception in his NFL career, gets an interception for a touchdown. Remindful of A.J. Dewey of the Miami Dolphins. In that game that was scoreless with the Jets, it was Dewey with 3 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. Remember, 10 years ago when Miami beat the Jets.
Well, it's very clear. The first middle screen we saw in the first half worked for big yardage. But watch these defensive linemen, especially that one, recognize the screen coming up. Elway wants to throw the middle screen. I watch Jeff Wright. He says, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. He's the guy that bats the ball, and then Bailey's in the position to intercept it. So those special plays, like that middle screen, you've got to be very, very careful of repeating them.
Just see the impact emotionally on the Broncos of that quick turnaround, and of course this crowd is going to really make it tough. Alton Montgomery, second-year man from Houston. High tackle from Carwell Gardner and Clifford Hicks. Denver goes to work at the 25. A reminder, next week on Sunday, an NBA doubleheader. You'll see first the world champion Bulls and Michael against Isaiah Thomas and the beloved Detroit Pistons. And then it'll be Portland and Phoenix with superstars Drexler and Johnson. It starts at 12 noon Eastern time. A big day next Sunday to be followed, the doubleheader in basketball, by the final round of the Bob Hope Desert Classic.
Now the noise will be there. Now the crowd is in it.
Green, just nothing to buy. Jeff Wright again. Andrew Smith with a tackle.
Darryl Talley blitzed and he just broke the play wide open. Wydell tried to trap him, but Talley penetrated so hard, so fast, the play couldn't get started.
Well, both teams have really stuffed the run game of each club. This is a special NBC crowd meter. Lots of lights. It must be important because look at all the lights on that noise meter. We're getting up to thunder here. We might even get up to a producer yelling in your ear if we're lucky. Underneath it goes to Vance Johnson. And Johnson fumbles the ball. And Bailey almost got another turnover. Denver recovers. Leonard Smith made the hit and Dave Wydell recovered.
Wydell had to really be hustling back. He just happened to be there, or the game would have really taken a...
Away has the first down, driving straight ahead to the 35, or at least it would appear the first down. Let's wait for the mark by the officials. It is a first down. Elway on first down to Green, and Green caught by Leon Seals from the backside after a pickup of almost 4.
Both teams are having a terrible job of cutting off the man on the backside of the play away from where it's going and take, Kubiak.
Apparently we've heard that Coach Dan Reeves has told Kubiak to stay warm just in case.
Well, those thigh bruises, as John is suffering, you can see him limping, get worse by time. You don't work those out, they get worse and worse and worse.
Green on a delay. And he's to the 44-yard line, 2 yards short of a first down. Carlton Bailey, the tackler. So 3rd down and 2 as Gaston Green back into the huddle. Green, who was picked, I believe he was one of those picks in that huge 3-corner deal with Eric Dickerson, Indianapolis Colts, and Cornelius Bennett here to Buffalo, and just didn't materialize as a runner for Johnny Robinson's Rams. But what a season. Goes to the Pro Bowl with 1,037, and this his first year in Denver. He's out.
Gee, look at this. Elway by himself on 3rd down and 2.
He's got 4 men now to the right. And then he throws left for Sewell. And no penalty as Nate Odom's riding him hard, able to break up the play.
They had Sewell outside on Odoms. And just trying to get a one-on-one and go for everything. Now it looks as though Odom sort of hooks Sewell's arm toward the end of this play right there, but that's the way you interpret a good play nowadays. At one point that would have been very quickly called pass interference. But again, Denver looking desperate, acting desperate.
Moran with 2:07 left in the 3rd period. This one is short and Hicks lets it bounce. And another good Denver roll, and Alton Montgomery stops it at the 11-yard line. A 46-yard but no return by Mike Moran.
That last 3rd down call was pure desperation. It really was.
I don't know if that's Elway or with a jacket on, can't read a number.
Well, they're trying to, that muscle has a heavy contusion and is starting to tighten up on it. And typically they tighten up and there's no relief.
There's a lineup tonight on NBC. We'll give it to you in more detail later. As Sherman Thomas looking for a hole, and he just finds Michael Brooks up high, number 56. And Mike.
Defensive play by Denver to get the ball, to get it back.
Here's Kelly on the scramble. And he's out to the 20, close to a first down. Michael Brooks makes the tackle. Let's go back to the previous play as Thurman Thomas was injured.
Taking the draw play, you can see him going up inside, and there's the shot.
Brooks coming straight at him.
And it looks like his right arm got caught under the eyelid or the jaw, something, into the face.
Kelly's scramble is worthy of a first down, 10 yards. His longest of the entire year, Kelly's 12.
First and 10 from the 21.
Well, Kenneth Davis takes over, and he's a worthy backup to Thurman Thomas. Davis rushed for over 620 yards this year. This is Davis, played at TCU, right into Simon Fletcher, well supported by number 91, Warren Powers.
It appears there isn't any real outside threat by either team. In other words, they run that single back offense, and both linebackers of both teams are crowding right up into the line. There just isn't anywhere to go. And you'd think that you'd want to throw the ball in that situation.
Final minute, 3rd period. Kelly gets away and then dumps it off to Davis. And Brooks gets him at the 29, just shy of the first down. Might be the last play of the quarter.
That was a screen pass. Attacking. They think they've got the sack. The ball's popped over their head to Sewell. Everyone does a fine job blocking downfield. Perfectly executed middle screen. Now later, you just can't come back to those kinds of plays. Watch Jeff Wright start and say, now wait a minute. Oh no, you don't. Now he's right in the way. In fact, everybody was there. Leon Seals, Bruce Smith, all of them identified it the second time around.
On 3rd down and about 1.5, Kelly throws complete. First down at the 45 to Pete Metzelaars, who had only 5. That's good news for Buffalo fans, but that isn't good news as Greg Pragan and company greet him rudely. And then Bailey the touchdown for Buffalo as they try to steal it from Thomas. He's out close to midfield.
Gee, that's really a nice job by that Denver defense to take that play. Oh, John.
He's still hobbled.
If he's having that kind of problem, how is he going to be able to concentrate on what's going on downfield and avoiding pass rushers? Looks like Kubiak's going to be our guy.
Third down, a short 6. Kelly, a lot of time. Someone must be open, and Lofton is fouled by Wyman Henderson. The flag goes down. Now, when you saw that play earlier by Odoms using his left hand all the way to ward off the defender, doesn't get the foul, but Henderson did something that did catch the eye of the same official.
From our angle, it looked very much the same. Henderson's in good position, a good chuck. Oh, gee, there's no foul. There is no foul.
There was no comparison.
Now, that's how subjective this game is.
And that one same official who had certain contact against Odoms didn't call it. And here,
5-yard penalty, first down.
That evidence is rather incriminating against that official, and this is an all-star cast of officials.
This is a tough game to officiate. There was 1 point of contact, no deeper than 5 yards by Henderson, and there wasn't a second point of contact. There couldn't have been a foul. Oh, gee.
That's Thurman Thomas being dragged down.
Simon Fletcher is Fletcher came off his blocker in a beautiful shot, coming straight up the field and making the stop. Again, he came inside a tight end. The outside linebackers on both teams have done a beautiful job today. And Fletcher with great physical, athletic ability.
4-yard loss in the play. Over the middle it goes, and it looked as if Kelly wanted Lofton to go the other way, tried to stop his throw, and just slipped out of his hand.
Well, the receivers didn't recognize the zone defense as Kelly did. James kept running, and it was a zone defense. You see Henderson not covering him, and you see Lofton was looking at a defender rather than setting down in the middle of people when he recognized the zone defense.
Leading 7-0 early in the fourth quarter. The Bills 3rd and 14 at midfield. And it's Kelly going deep for Lofton, and there's no penalty this time, and the same official is involved, Doug Toole. Incidental trip, apparently.
Well, Henderson tripped, and he tripped Lofton. They're not calling that now. You see their feet get tangled up right in that area, and they both go down.
But the man was beaten, the defender.
He was beaten. Doug Toole's having his work cut out for him, the side judge.
But it evened out in that regard as a high kick by Moore, but Johnson comes up with fair catch as he goes out of bounds at the 21-yard line. 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Out of bounds at the 20.
Take a minute now, listen to me. Rent for 2 weekends, the third one's free.
Just rent a car for any 2 weekends, and your third weekend's free.
Comes out throwing and hitting. And a first down and a fumble, but as he rolled down, he was rolled down. Ricky Matteo made the catch. Carlton Bailey came up with a ball. He has been around Denver mistakes all day, that Bailey, but it is ruled down with the catch. Right at the yardsticks, the 31.
Nice job of hooking right between zone defenders and then splitting them. He's down, then the ball comes out. You know, I had a 30-minute conversation with Gary Kubiak yesterday because of back. Oh, the ball may have been out.
I'm not sure that knee was down when that ball came out. Cornelius Bennett made the tackle. They'll review that one. See that again, see whether his knee was down. He did not have a good grip on the ball. You can see he's not really. He's out. That ball is out before he's down. That's a fumble recovered by Buffalo.
That's disaster if they use the replay. They're not going to use it. Must have called him down.
Well, the Broncos get a break there. First down at the 31, and it's Gaston Green trying to get outside. And he does have speed. The first time he's been able to get around a corner and takes out one of the Denver coaches as he gets to the 41-yard line. Bailey pushed him out of bounds.
Speaking of Kubiak, I talked to him for 30 minutes, Dick, about coaching somewhere next year. He's retiring unless he changes his mind off this game. And he's been a good player when given a chance.
He throws and hits Shannon Sharp, and he has come out with 3 fine plays, 2 passes and a run, all worth first down.
Well, that demonstrates.
Linebacker Carlton Bailey. Offside will be the call as Green has to eat it in his own backfield. It appeared that Bruce Smith had jumped ahead of this. Denver trailing 7-0. 11 minutes left in the fourth.
A blitz again.
And it's Green on the draw for a first down to the 33.
Oh, Green.
Kubiak has driven his team from the 20-yard line to the 32 of Buffalo in what could be his last game if Denver loses. It's Green smothered for a loss of a yard as Conlon back in the game along with Darryl Talley to make the stop.
Conlon really stuffed that play. Nobody touched him.
Gary Kubiak, who was drafted in that 1983 brilliant quarterback draft. He was picked 197 places after Elway was picked #1, and he was 183 after Jim Kelly picked 14th in '83.
He's in the shotgun now. This will be his first real shot in a passing situation to see if he can get the job done.
Oh my! It was Darryl Talley. And that was a tally.
Well, Kubiak wanted to throw a screen pass to his right. You'll see Sewell coming this way, and he'll want to set it up with a lineman coming to the outside, but he just didn't have time to get it off. Talley was going to be there, right up inside on a blitz, and there's not a chance.
Back to the 41-yard line. The loss brings up 3rd and 19. Kubiak trying to buy time and run it. Steps out of bounds where? They mark it at the 33-yard line. Not nearly enough, as he had 19 yards required on that 3rd down play.
That's a tough one. They purposely rolled him out to his left. And if you're rolling left and somebody's chasing you, it's really hard to throw a right-handed pass.
8.5 minutes left in the game. Kubiak underneath to Michael Young. He's twisted forward at the 23-yard line. It's going to be very close, but I believe about a yard shy of a first down. Yes, first down Buffalo. They needed 11. They got 10. Buffalo with a 7-0 lead. 8:15 remaining. Pitchers and hitters, defenses and quarterbacks. Thurman Thomas caught in the backfield, may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
You'd have to say they've shut that play down. Now Thurman has bounced it a couple times for 4 or 5 yards, but they are keying off Thomas and slanting that line in the direction that he goes and cutting that off. That time it looked like he wanted to cut back, and he couldn't even get that done.
Now New England defensed Buffalo well this year, but no one shut out that offense of the Bills like the Denver Broncos. Underneath it goes to the tight end McKellar, a former small college basketball star who has a football project has developed into a top-notch tight end. He caught 44 passes this year.
It is like a 4-year project. They started him out conveniently. He was on injured reserve to develop him from basketball. Second year they had him in a 47-man roster. Third year he alternated with Metzlars. Now he starts, and he's a pretty darn good player.
Big 3rd down. Kelly gets it away, and time to McKellar. First down at the Denver 47.
That's as close as it gets. Fletcher had a sack, and Kelly got away with it. Meanwhile, Mecklenburg is trying to cover McKellar. That's a tough job.
That's a big play on 3rd and 5, and Kelly showing his courage.
There's the shot from Fletcher.
Kelly knew it was coming. He has a linebacker mentality. Thomas, again, just a couple for the star runner of the Bills. Greg Cragen, the nose guard, making the tackle. And there's McKellar, who played at Jacksonville State of Alabama, Division II school, and they won the 1985 Division II basketball national championship over South Dakota State. He played in high school against Charles Barkley, so his education started early.
Well, only 2 years of football before becoming an NFL player. One in high school, one in college.
Out of the shotgun, Kelly steps up and hits Andre Reed, and Reed was really been stifled today. Hustles to a first down at the 35. Only his second catch.
Well, that took all of Kelly's talent to get that done, because he was pass rushed. He had to move up in between people and finally found Reed. Reed, I'll bet he looked at 2 other people before he even had an idea whether he could find Reed or not.
Showing up time and getting into field goal range with a 7-0 lead, Thurman Thomas. And surging to the 30 when it appeared most backs would have lost or would have been hit 2 yards shy where Thomas went down. And John Elway painfully watching as a spectator that deep thigh bruise sidelining him in this fourth quarter. David Treadwell, if you weren't with us earlier, the place kicker of the Broncos, missed on 3 field goals that would have given Denver a lead at halftime. He missed from 47 to the left, and then he hit the right upright from 42 and then kissed it again from 37. Just inside the 30 will bring up third down and about 4, and the clock runs down to the 5. Thomas in a must-stop play for the Denver defense, and they do.
They're just thinking 3 points.
Greg Cragen and Warren Powers made the tackle, and here comes Norwood to try. Not a gimme field goal by any means. He's kicking into a win, not the usual Buffalo storm that you might see in January. Boy, it's really been a January thaw day. Kickoff at around 42 degrees, still pleasant. This ball, as they take a timeout for Thurman Thomas at the 27, will be a 44-yard attempt approximately. Thomas shaken once again the second time. That would give what would seem almost an insurmountable 10-0 lead. It is good. The first points manufactured by the offense today, 44 yards off the foot of Norwood. That was a drive that began after Dan Reeves decided to go for it on 4th and 11, and the Bills took over at their own 24.
Well, Reeves, maybe prematurely, who would say he's a great football coach, but that going for it on 4th down and long yardage sort of cost him. If they could have just punted the ball inside the 10 or around the 10-yard line, it would have been a more worthy call. But he took a shot, barely missed, and now they're in a jam.
And Norwood works to Del Riso, who kicks it into the goal line, and just to the 15 goes Derek Russell, well covered by the Bills. And remember, Denver used one of the timeouts to apparently ice Norwood. Our photos from Pennzoil Motor Oil from our helicopter providing some of the scenics, including the Niagara Falls.
Well, you know, if Buffalo goes on to win, to be honest with you, it's got to be heartening for the NFC, because it appeared they had an almost unstoppable offense as of a week ago that would churn out 30 or 40 points. And now we're finding that a big hitting defense with a pair of safeties that can make the big plays can stop them or hold them down.
And now 80,000 voices, and referee Hamer comes in to whistle and then slides safely at the 26-yard line. First down.
You know, you go the entire season not playing at all, and then you're in a championship game. You've got to give Kubiak every bit of credit.
A man who threw only 5 passes all season and now playing for a championship. And down the middle it goes to Vance Johnson. All the way to the 50-yard line before Leonard Smith and Kirby Jackson make the tackle. 23 yards.
Beautiful.
Thunderous noise at Rich Stadium. Johnson again to the Buffalo 43, but veteran from Texas A&M to throw. And he sees the blitz and out of bounds. No, they will not give out of bounds. The hit made inbounds and the clock continues to run as Mark Jackson, who has been injured, activated today, has his first catch, playing with a fractured wrist. He wants him to down the ball to stop the clock. But thus far, that message hasn't been heard.
Precious seconds with Kubiak not being well versed in this, getting no work at it at all for months.
Lodish was into the line of scrimmage, and that will stop the clock.
They got their clock stopped. They got that done.
Coachman, defense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
There's a problem. Look at the ball real quickly here. See if it's moved. It moved, and he goes.
See, that is one of the systems used with all the noise as a signal to center. When he moves it, then at the counts 2, everyone silently to themselves go 1001, 1002. So at least they have some semblance. It's a way of countering the tremendous advantage the home crowd gives the Bills. Dave Wydell acquired from the Cowboys. Here's the backup center. Kubiak to Johnson. A diving catch. Does he have it? No. Time for one more play before the 2-minute timeout, and still 2 timeouts left for Denver.
Well, they're going to have to get in the end zone right away. That's pretty evident. He could have had it. Would have been a tough catch. Could have had it.
2nd and 10 for the Broncos.
But he's got to go down the field, Dick. He's got to go deep down the field now.
This is the 7th time Dan Reeves' team has gotten into Buffalo territory. No points. Where Clarks is to the goal line to the 11. Throwing for Young and Johnson. Did someone come up with it? Yes! In the crowd, Vance Johnson at the 10-yard line, and that is the 2-minute timeout. Comes at 1:53. Another of several spectacular catches today. Clifford Hicks on him. Look at that.
Great catch. Great catch.
Denver in scoring territory. 2 to go.
Singing in the rain. Then there's the taste of a blue light right out of the ice. Now that's refreshing.
You're watching Budweiser NFL football on your Super Bowl connection, the Global Television Network.
Welcome back to Buffalo. Our director John Gonzalez, producer John Francis with the shots. Buffalo leading 10-0. No touchdown scored by either offense today. But Kubiak has Denver at the 10. Wide open is Johnson. And he fights to get out of bounds and stops the clock at about the 2-yard line. James Earl Williams, the #1 pick of the Bills a year ago, made the tackle.
Williams made a beautiful tackle. He had one-on-one with a lot of room between both people. This is a heck of a tackle. Watch this, feet moving. Just does a nice job of keeping his balance. Often that would have been a touchdown with that receiver.
They spot it at the 3-yard line. They can make a first down without a touchdown. Draw to Kubiak, and the quarterback is at the goal line. And now touchdown is the call.
That was an excellent call. Nobody was there to stop it. They were all busy covering. Excellent call. Kubiak has done a great job. I don't think he'll retire now.
What a drive engineered by this backup Kubiak, the veteran.
Well, I tell you what, I think really John was hurting so bad trying to continue to play. And he was slowed to the point that he couldn't really function well. And maybe the move was made a little bit late.
Treadwell hits it down the middle on the extra point, and now as he goes to the sidelines, Dan Reeves and Treadwell must be thinking about those 3 missed field goals.
Hey, Mike, you here alone? No, my parents are over there.
Yes. Denver's got it. What a... Boy, did they execute that well. That whole group timed it just right to be crossing the line as the ball was kicked. Now, the timeout they used earlier, I bet they wish they had it back. Look how that's timed. And that third bounce of the ball is the one you're always working on, especially on this kind of surface. They got a shot.
Steve Atwater recovers at the Denver 49. So now a field goal would send this one into overtime, possibly, with 1:38 to go. Plays you practice from almost the first week of training camp. And Denver executes here for a championship. Super Bowl on the line. And a backup quarterback, Kubiak to Sewell. He fumbled the ball. And recovered by Buffalo. Sewell hit, and it appeared to be Darryl Talley was in on the play. No question about the fumble.
Did he catch it, Dick? I guess he did, didn't he? You'd be interested to see if they're going to examine this play, a championship game, whether they'll take a look. I guess not.
Kirby Jackson credited with a fumble recovery at the 44 of Buffalo, and now Kelly will just protect that ball. Kenneth Davis behind him. Denver undoubtedly to spend the 2 timeouts. This is hitting right to the game's end. That was Atwater. Timeout, but only 1 remains for the Broncos.
Well, Sewell was thinking of running before he really had the ball. It's just one of those unfortunate things, but a great game, Dick. A great championship game. In a sense, some loosely played execution-wise, but the intensity of this ball game has been magnificent.
And for a fan, and this is, I know Buffalo fans, that was a great play, and for Denver, a disastrous play. For fans, it denied Kubiak the chance at the Elway kind of drama, the backup announcing his retirement, coming into the game, and perhaps giving his team a chance. It would have been interesting without that fumble if Kubiak could have positioned them for a field goal to tie it. But that aside, Buffalo's defense, if they win today, will have won it. Hard to believe that the #1 scoring touchdown, Washington scored more points, scored more touchdowns, the #1 offense in the league, Buffalo shut out other than a field goal. The touchdown coming on Bailey's interception, the linebacker of the Bills. Davis trying to force the fumble. They have their final timeout called. Nope, haven't called it yet. Clock is still running. So Dave Treadwell, who had 3 chances and fumbled by Sewell, obviously in a very emotional state as his teammates try to rally him.
Well, they came close to pulling it out. They really did. That onside kick, they were in excellent field position. Just one more, about 15 yards more. If they could have eaten it up, they'd have had their 3 points.
82,272, and they're all standing here at Rich Stadium. The final minute of play. Davis smothered right at the 50, and now Denver calls its final timeout with 29 seconds left. And the Bills apparently will have to punt. We'll take this timeout for their arrest here in Buffalo. And they have seen a great game, although low scoring.
What a football town this is, too, Dick. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. It's just the enthusiasm of this area for this team, the loyalty when the team wasn't doing well.
You'd have to go to Denver to see something like it. Here's the punt as they go after Moore, but he gets it away beautifully. No one back for Denver. And it rolls into the end zone. And clock stops with 17 seconds. We'll have a complete post-game report for you. The Old Spice gang will be there with both locker rooms, the comments. There'll be some highs and lows again. And Denver now with only some desperate chances as Bill Parcells warms up his vocal cords. 10-7. Denver's defense was true. Many criticized it, a soft schedule. They proved to the NFL today that this was one of the best defenses in football. And Buffalo, enough character.
I think the injury to Elway, and then Elway continuing to play in a limited way, really cost Denver.
Kubiak.
Got to get it down the field, throw it.
And out of bounds quickly goes Michael Young, but that won't do it. And Kubiak hit as he throws, gets up slowly. 8 seconds left.
Well, they're trying to get well outside along the sideline and then throw the ball, but he's really not making it. He may have a right-handed problem here.
And of course, he doesn't have the strength of arm of Elway. And they're here where you're so desperate.
He looks like it's his right hand. We just got to get the ball up now, get well down the field. First, the last play.
Downfield to Johnson, but he's in the field of play, and that will do it. Buffalo Bills return to the Super Bowl. Terrific football game, wasn't it?
It was a great game, and the lack of execution, the misplays, demonstrated the intensity of the game.
I love them hogs. I love them hogs. Yeah, I love them hogs. Sing it loud, sing it clear, all the way another year. Everybody come and sing a cheer.
The love affair between our nation's capital and the Redskins' offensive line has continued for more than a decade. Mark May and George Stark are gone, but a new collection has taken their place, including such burly bovines as Mark Schlereth, the right guard who epitomizes their overachieving efforts. What had you heard about them, and what are they like?
Well, you know, what I've heard about them is just their success that they've had over the years, and that they've been a real good group of offensive linemen. And, you know, what I found out is they're just a great bunch of guys and a lot of fun to be around.
And we go out, we do different things, and you know, we'll head out to little places, drinking establishment, and it's just not to go out and have a few drinks, it's just to be out with each other. And I think that way we know each other better. When game time gets here, you know what the next guy's thinking on that play.
In addition to their tenure together, the Hogs have certain goals. They set the standard in the weight room, and they protect Mark Rippon, leading an offense that can attack both on the ground or through the air. Jim, you were known for coaching one of the great lines with Dan Deerdorf and Conrad Dobler. How does this group compare?
Well, this group is really an outstanding group. They have so much of the same things that Dan and Connie presented: the tenacity, the industriousness, the dedication.
With offensive line play, the best thing is continuity. And if you have people shuffling in and out, it makes it very difficult for you.
Notice the afternoon sustenance in Jeff Bostic's hand. These aren't only groundhogs intent on forming the perfect pocket. They can also attack a food line as if it led to the Super Bowl.
Hogs eat anything they want to, really. We have a little tradition after every Friday practice. We have either pizza or subs or barbecue, and this close to a playoff game, you gotta have pork.
Maybe we should invest in hog futures. Mark Schlereth, by the way, is the only native Alaskan playing in the NFL. Now, who do you root for when you grow up in Anchorage? Well, ironically, he was a fan of Terry Bradshaw and the Steelers. Greg, he was a little bit younger.
Thanks very much. We'll take a time out here. There's a look at the Washington Redskins band when we come. Terry at the chalkboard for his views on what might make the difference between Super Bowl 26 and wait till next year. That's next as we continue live from RFK after this.
Our 6-inch meatball sub for $1.69 is 4 meatballs and Italian sauce. I've never been to Italy, but I know some people have. We bake bread here every day. I come in real early. Also, there's cheese, onions, everything. Just point and it's yours. This has hot peppers because it's mine. I like things spicy.
For 25 years, Subway has quietly made some of the best sandwiches anywhere. Like the 6-inch meatball sub, only $1.69, only at Subway.
Mobile communication is the power to hold your world together. At GTE, we can put that power at hand to take with you where it has never gone before. Into the skies, down endless highways, beyond all past limitations. At GTE, we give you the freedom of personal communication and the power of new opportunities. Because at GTE, the power is on.
To me, there's nothing better than winning a Super Bowl or a NASCAR race. That's why when my race team hits the circuit, there'll be an Interstate battery cranking it up. Interstate's my kind of battery because it's got the power and stamina it takes to be a winner. So insist on an Interstate battery from over 200,000 automotive service, repair, and parts centers everywhere. Call 1-800-CRANK-IT for the one nearest you. You win every time with Interstate.
It's football time. Your ball, Jim Kelly.
My turn to hurt.
I did it. You can do it.
I can deal with pain, Jimmy.
My doc says ibuprofen for body pain. The medicine in Nuprin.
My trainer, same thing.
So Nupit.
Nupit with Nuprin.
Strong stuff.
Just takes one.
Nupit. Football's not so rough.
At least we wear long pants.
For back, joint, or muscle pain.
Nupit.
Nupit.
With Nuprin.
The body pain medicine.
Well, they say that opportunity knocks, and in the Washington hallway, they're about to knock on the dressing room door and invite the teams out to the stadium. You know, the Lions are 0 for 15 against the Redskins. They are 0 for 8 against Joe Gibbs. They lost 45-0 in week 1. What went wrong that first week?
Well, first of all, one of the things you're going to see today is happen in the first game. I want you to notice this, Greg. This is 5 offensive linemen. This is Barry Sanders, the lone running back. Now over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people against 5. That's a mismatch, and this is all predicated to stop Barry Sanders. Every lane is blocked up. These guys can go wherever they want to go. You can't get to them. Today what's going to happen is that the Lions are going to bring Mike Farr out wide in the slot away from the tackle, way over here, and they're going to prevent this guy from helping on coverage. Kramer is going to have to audible a lot to the pass today. If you stop the run, then look for Kramer to throw the football, and it should be wide open.
All right, now what about the cluster formation the Redskins come out of?
I'm glad you asked. This is the right tackle of Washington, and here's the 3 receivers. There's one, here's another one, there's another one, and here's the one thing Woody Woodenhopper said when they get into the Kings formation, 3 receivers to the right. Here's the route they run. This, and this, and that is the route that they don't know which of these 3 receivers is going to run it. All 3 of them will run all 3 positions. It's confusing. Plus, he said the King formation, they run and they pass evenly.
All right, Terry, anticipation and excitement mount here at RFK Stadium. We'll be back with player introductions as the NFL Today continues in just a moment.
Something's waiting inside the powerful 486 SX computer. A technology that will make it even more powerful. We call it Room for the Future. Introducing built-in upgradability. Check into it. From Intel, the computer inside.
I've had my share of sore throats. I just went to the doc with a doozy. Know what he suggested for fastest relief? Psst, psst. Chloroseptic. Doc was right. I could actually feel the pain go away in seconds.
More doctors recommend Chloroseptic spray for fastest relief because Chloroseptic's powerful medicine penetrates nerve endings on contact.
I can't prevent a sore throat from ever coming back. But when it does, I don't have to suffer.
For fastest relief, doctors say Chloroseptic spray.
George,
it's Mother. I know you're sick. Look by your bed. That's the #1 cough medicine. Take it and call me in the morning.
Thanks, Mom. But this cold is massive. I need NyQuil. With your cough medicine, I'd still be up tonight, sneezing and aching. And Mom, I gotta rest, because tomorrow I'm eloping. Good night.
Vicks NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest medicine. Also available in new liquid caps.
From Little Caesars, 2 pizzas, 2 Crazy Breads, plus 2 servings of Coke Classic, all for $7.98. It's enough food to make a family meal into a party.
As we approach game time for the NFC Championship, the Detroit Lions have been introduced, and the cheers are now for the Washington Redskins.
Sacrificing, says he wants to go to the Super Bowl.
And now the starting defensive lineup for the Washington Redskins. At left end from Nevada Reno, number 71, Charles Mann. Left tackle from Washington State, number 75, Eric Williams. At right tackle from Penn State, number 78, Tim Johnson. At right end from Georgia Southern, number 60, Fred Stokes. At left linebacker from Florida, number 58, Wilbur Marshall. Middle linebacker from BYU, number 54, Kurt Govea. At right linebacker from Penn State, number 55, Andre Collins. At strong safety from Eastern Kentucky, number 26, Danny Copeland. At free safety from South Carolina, number 27, Brad Edwards. At left cornerback from Florida State, number 35, Martin Mayhew. And at right cornerback from Texas A&I, number 28, Darrell Green.
From sold-out RFK, it's the NFC Championship. The Lions and the Redskins, the winner goes to the Super Bowl. Pat Summerall and John Madden are next. We'll see you at halftime. Enjoy this NFC Championship game, everybody.
I'm Nancy Glass, here to expose our